In a distant kingdom, there was a simple little town. In this town, filled with cobblestone roads and old trees, lived a boy named Liam. Liam was a spirited boy with a great curiosity. His life was like a romantic adventure novel, full of surprises and fun. Liam and his family lived on the tranquil outskirts of the town, right next to a dense forest. He was an adventurous boy, and he always felt that his town, located on the edge of the forest, was full of secret unknowns. He had a vibrant map, marking the routes of the forest and the town surveyed by the predecessors, yet, he always felt that there were deeper secrets hidden in this map. It was a star-studded night. Liam lay on the lawn under his window, staring at the vast starry sky, dazing. He looked at the map next to him, his heart full of anticipation and restlessness. However, at this moment, a peculiar light appeared in his sight. The light slowly appeared at the edge of the forest, softly illuminating the nighttime forest. Liam watched this scene, like a magic vision, his heart filled with awe. Overcoming the fear of the dark, he stepped into the forest filled with the mysterious glow. Gradually, he came to the place where the light was emanating, where a beautiful fairy stood. She had golden hair and wings that glowed a faint green. Her face was gentle and beautiful. She smiled at him, warmly and kindly, as if to an old friend. The fairy told him she was the guardian of the forest, and it was his courage and adventurous spirit that led him to her. She said she would take Liam on a new adventure. And so, they began their adventurous journey under the moonlight. They weaved through the trees, searching for the mysterious beasts marked on the map that he had never encountered, and looking for the paths that had never been walked. The fairy would tell him about the peculiar wild creatures in the forest, their shapes, habits, and ways they cohabited harmoniously. They greeted the frog buddies by the stream, listened together to the beautiful song of the rainbow bird. They explored those ancient trees, and appreciated the rich ecology of their life there. They were always surprised by some new discoveries in the forest and fascinated by some unique organisms. Their adventures were filled with singing and laughter, and the forest was filled with their joy. Liam's life became even more interesting and exciting due to the fairy's presence. The fairy accompanied him on adventures in the forest every night, and they always found something amazing in the depths of the forest. Every day, as the sun set and the moon rose, he would look forward to another adventure with the fairy. When the morning sun filtered through the curtains onto his bed, he felt a bit desolate because it signified the end of his adventure with the fairy. But the thought of seeing the fairy again at night, and beginning a new adventure, dispersed the sense of loss. At night, he always fell asleep under the moonlight with a sense of expectation and joy. Not only did he see the fairy in his dreams, but he could also explore the secrets of the magical world with her. One day, when Liam and the fairy were venturing in the forest looking for new magical things as usual, they discovered a huge stone cave. The cave entrance was entwined with vines, making it seem like a door, exuding a mysterious draw. Under the fairy's guidance, they decided to explore this cave that seemed to conceal a secret. As they entered, they saw complete darkness, but the fairy's glowing lantern in their hands lighted up the center of the cave. In the cave was a massive statue, clutching a dimly glowing crystal orb, and around it, several small stone statues, each with their corresponding gem. This cave was like an ancient relic holding 1,000 years of history, loaded with numerous unknown stories and mysteries. They discovered ancient text carved on those small statues. They ran their hands over the intricately engraved words. Each was like a poem, relaxing their mind and spirit. They had seemingly found the deepest secret of the forest. The fairy told Liam that these statues were the soul of the forest. She said these small stone statues were the gifts that the forest presented to those who were sincerely kind and courageously strong. They represented the forest's blessings, symbols of peace and tranquility between the forest and the town. Liam was incredibly excited about his new discovery. He looked at those stone statues, feeling their texture, trying to comprehend what they signified. He and the fairy spent an entire night there, quietly listening to the heartbeat of the forest while feeling the power that those tiny statues brought with them. As the sun slowly rose, the fairy bid Liam goodbye, allowing him to meditate alone in the cave. The moment the morning light illuminated the cave, Liam instantly felt connected with this forest, this world. He realized the true essence of adventure was not just overcoming obstacles, but living in harmony with nature, learning to appreciate the uniqueness and beauty of every life. From that day onward, Liam cherished his daily adventures with the fairy even more. He fell in love with living closely connected to this life, loved the joy he felt when delving deep into the forest, experiencing every second of its evolution. His venture didn't conclude but rather became an integral part of his life, shaping his individuality and perspective. His story was continuing. Each new day brought novel adventures and challenges. One day, when he was geared up for a new adventure, the fairy informed him that she needed to go away for a while. Although Liam was a bit upset, he realized this was an opportunity for him to experience and understand the forest independently. Thus, he bid farewell to the fairy, embarking on a journey through the forest alone. That night, just like always, Liam explored the forest. He ventured to the stream, watched white deer sipping water under the moonlight. He saw the owl perched on the tree lookout, saw wild rabbits playing in the grass. Each tiny animal, each sound of living, moved him deeply. While missing the fairy, he also knew that this was part of his growth. He must learn to become independent, understand, and perceive the forest even more before the fairy's return. Consequently, he would explore, listen, and feel in the forest every day. He learned more about the forest, deepening his understanding and appreciation of this beautiful world. He anxiously awaited the fairy's return while also cherishing this self-guided adventurous journey. He understood, days like these would continue. Every day was a new beginning, each day was a new adventure. From then on, the story continued, so did his adventure. Each day brought fresh surprises, knowledge, experience. His life was filled with joy and adventure. Each day was full of pursuit and dreams. Each day just started while every night concluded in anticipation of tomorrow's adventure. His story wasn't over yet, the adventures still persisted. His world widened. The adventures he had with the fairy in that remote town were forever fresh in Liam's heart. He anticipated a reunion with the fairy while cherishing this journey that belonged to him exclusively. No matter when, he will always remember those days when he danced with nature, touched the secrets of life, and conversed with the stone statues in the forest. No matter where he went, his heart would always belong to the forest, to those times spent with the fairy, to those moments filled with adventures and possibilities. Liam's story will continue, just as the sun rises and sets every day, just as the seasons change, always bringing forth new imaginations and possibilities. The storytelling ends here.